as you all can see, there's an echo on the mic. We're not live after Monday Night Raw, so I just wanted to give some quick thoughts to all the people out there. Shout out to all the patrons and everybody who donated the other night to monetize this, and Sith Negan especially. And unfortunately, just had a crazy day today. But I do want to make a couple points real quick. I almost wonder if they're bringing Jade in eventually to face Becky for the NXT title. It seems like they're setting up something bigger to happen down the line. Maybe it's, who knows who it could be. But a lot of people probably thought of that tonight, but it ended up being just Natalia and the vet. I thought Cody Rhodes opening Raw was nice. Interrupted by Dom, and hasn't Cody Rhodes beat Dom like 3 times on Monday Night Raw at this point? So he beats him again. So that just keeps happening. So I thought it was kind of funny. This guy's literally beat him like 3 times. It's at least 2. I remember the other one and this one now tonight. The other thing that stood out to me on Monday Night Raw was 2 guys who went to the same wrestling school. And we're in wrestling school together. I think it was Ivar. I don't really remember the name now of the new name of the Viking Raider, of Hanson. I don't remember his name now. Ivar Dunbar. I don't remember. But anyway, he wrestled Kofi, and they had a great match. I've seen Ivar have these type of matches on the indies and plenty of other places, especially Chaotic Wrestling and around New England before, and they're always really good. And him and Kofi had wonderful chemistry. Like they know each other, and it's amazing that the Kofi was signed so long ago when the both of them were still new, but Kofi was signed almost like immediately, and Ivar, only got signed, 4 years ago now, or 5 years ago now? 4 years ago? I don't remember what it is, 4 years ago. But it took him such a long time, and many people, his age would have either thought, well, this is never going to happen, or many other things that they would think, and, given up. And a lot of people do. They go on to 40s and 50s, and they're still wrestling, and it never happened, but they still love it, and they still do it, and for him, it happened right at almost the last minute to middle age, and so that's great. And so I was very happy to see these 2 guys of Kowalski's and Chaotic and the New England area, just have this match that was really, really good on Raw tonight. I thought the stuff with Seth and Shinsuke was pretty good. It was okay. It wasn't anything crazy. There wasn't really that much on Raw that really got me going. The women had a couple of little highlights here or there. It was okay. Nia Jax showed up again, demolishes everybody. Obviously, they're setting up something with Nia Jax as well. Maybe Nia Jax is the one that goes after Becky for the title. They've got history. We know that history. And, everything else that happened for the most part just was blah to me. Tommaso Ciampa, he's got, Taz's heartbeat intro now. I don't know. The Uso and Drew McIntyre stuff at the end, somewhat interesting with Jey Uso, I guess. But overall, I just wanted to say that I wasn't that into Raw tonight. It was okay, and watching while doing many things. Kids are sick at my house. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who looks for me and looks for the show. I should be back to the Monday Night Raw review next week, and I thought Raw probably ends up being about a 5 out of 10 tonight, maybe a 4 out of 10. I don't know. I didn't enjoy it that much, but it was like solid and it had points to it. So I'd probably give it a 5, just out of optimism and the fact that it had certain continuity and had some interest that it drummed up in 3 or 4 places, which I thought was pretty good. And it had a couple of really good matches. So quite honestly, I'm not in a good position to give it a rating because I didn't watch it properly. So I feel like my rating isn't fair to it, really. But I'll just say 5.5 out of 10, which is one of the better ratings for Raw this year for me. And I think again it had a few good matches. Bronson and Gable had a pretty good match as well. So yeah, man, I almost feel bad. I almost think maybe it is a 6 out of 10, because they tried and they had points to it, and there was some matches that were good. So I think it could have used a big promo, could have used a really killer promo. I don't think they had a killer promo. Everybody did good and did well and did, what they could. Anyway, what did you guys think of Raw? I'm curious to hear your feedback, since maybe you watched it more carefully than I did tonight. If you want to support this channel and say something crazy, super chat down below, or super thanks down below. You just can use the heart at the bottom, or you can just comment down below. I don't do whatever you want to do, but I'll read them, and I'll be looking for them. How did everybody's Monday Night Football go? I don't know. Probably hear from you guys tomorrow about how everybody's Monday Night Football did. Please, if you want to support the channel, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show, or think about dropping a super thanks down below, and click the like button. That always helps out. And let's see if we can get to 69 likes, because I'm a creep. And that also leaves me with one last thing. I don't know if there's anything else. It feels like The Rock is pretty sure that he's going to be doing something with the WWE. So they're setting up the seeds because maybe. And I feel like in the past they've done this and it doesn't go anywhere sometimes. But this may be maybe it's pending the production of something that was supposed to come out that The Rock was going to be busy doing. So he's going to miss WrestleMania. But because of the writer's strike, the longer the writer's strike goes on, the more chances that The Rock will be able to appear at WrestleMania. Maybe not. I don't know. Or maybe the fact that the writer's strike is going on is pushing back things in a way that could interfere with The Rock at WrestleMania. And so that's why they're sort of just like, will they, won't they? They're not going to say, but they are. This is definitely an attempted build of a seed. You know what I mean? They're not building yet, but it could never happen at this point, and they made some news with The Rock. It could happen, and they set the stage, or they planted the seeds. It's the best way to say it. They planted the seeds. Specifics of a non-compete clause reportedly baked into TKO, WWE, and UFC merger. It's crazy. The merger saw the wrestling MMA productions falling under the same umbrella, and Dave Meltzer talks about this group. Meltzer added that Scott Coker's deal to sell Strikeforce to UFC, he had a non-compete compete through his clause. He continued to run Strikeforce through a separate brand. And there's this big non-compete clause, and I get all these messages to me about non-compete clause, and I think it's really isolated to just these few individuals, if not just him. So it doesn't matter for, I think, most of the other individuals. But as far as Strikeforce goes, I don't even know what the hell that is, so I don't really care. But, I saw people messaging me about it. I'm like, who even knows about this stuff? But whatever. There were changes tonight, apparently, on Raw. Tegan Nox was originally set to answer the open challenge by Becky Lynch. However, at some point the show, Nox was pulled from the title match and replaced by Natalya, who reportedly earned plenty of praise backstage following her involvement in the Superstar spectacle in India. Not sure what's up there. But there was a push. The match between Shinsuke Nakamura and Ricochet to go deeper in the show, that reported they changed it. But that's really all the leaks and reports about Raw. I mean, that's just such a minor thing. If there was a report on every little thing they changed on Raw every week, I mean, you could make a news video probably a few times a day. Like, oh, they moved this. Why is that new? Who cares? I don't really care that much. Oh, they decided to move the first match to the middle of the show. Breaking story. They made changes. What do you? I don't know. So weird. It's like we're getting the feedback of a deleted scene in a movie, but it's way less important. So it is what it is. Jade Cargill removed from the AEW roster page. Not likely to appear on Tuesday's WWE NXT. I have been told, I will just tell you that I have been told, I have been told by a reliable source that Jade's first appearance in WWE will happen on the main roster. It will not happen in NXT. It will happen on the main roster. The person that told me this is like 90% right, 85% right from what they've ever told me. And the only couple of times they were wrong, they told me is because things change and they don't know everything. But I'm pretty 100% that the rumor here with her is that it's supposed to be big. It's supposed to be big-ish. Like, she's supposed to feel big, because she is big, feel big, and it will happen on the main roster. So, do whatever with that as you want to do. I'm Joe Cronin. I'm out of here. I hope you subscribe to my channel if you're brand new. And if you're a long-timer, hey, man, let's leave some comments because I want to see your pretty faces in the comments section. I love you. Your parents don't. And I'll see you in the next video.